Not many people saw this coming, but something very important just happened. Ripple has put off one of the most anticipated initial public offerings (IPOs) in the history of fintech. This comes after years of rumors, excitement, and smart moves to get ready for the IPO. There have been reports that the company has scrapped its plans for an IPO in favor of something very different, brave, and to be honest, historic. A secret document called the Paradigm Shift ISO Implementation Plan that was leaked says that Ripple's board of directors unanimously chose to go with a first-of-its-kind initial stake offering instead of the more common IPO way. This move turns 20% of Ripple's value into tokens and sends them directly to people who own XRP. There shouldn't be any barriers between Wall Street traders or banks. Instead, wealth should be distributed directly and without any middlemen. Think about that. For a moment, it is estimated by Ripple that the business is worth a lot of money. Soon, everyone who has checked their XRP will own a piece of the company. It's more than just a new way to go public, breaking away from the old way of doing business with money. The move is so dangerous and out of the blue that even the government is trying to figure out what it means. The letter that got out makes it very clear. The people who run Ripple believe that the community's work should be recognized, not just the work of executives or venture investors. We choose to democratize ownership, it says in the paper. We're giving back to those who stuck with us, used our tech, and kept their XRP when things went wrong. This is really more than just a sign. A lot of cash is being sent right away. Also, ISO doesn't use any of the normal capital markets. No fees from Goldman for support Sachs. There won't be any roadshows or splits with financial funds. The business instead turns a certain number of its shares into digital stake units and sends those units to Whale. Anyone with an XRP address can use smart contracts on the XRP ledger during a snapshot time. This kind of thought used to show up in white papers and group dreams, but now it's real. That job is being done by Ripple. Why now? All over the world. There are big changes happening in how things are talked about and shared. RWA tokenization, which stands for tokenization of real-world assets, is no longer just a cool trend. Blockchains are being used for bonds, stocks, real estate, art, and even carbon credits. There is always one step ahead of Ripple. The same new idea is being used to change how the business is set up. You can get Ripple from the ISO around old rules and regulations, while still following the Web3 concepts it helped create. Another IPO isn't the only thing going on here. It's a rejection of everything that is wrong with the way banks work now. The people at Ripple thought about this choice a lot, according to insiders. The board had been talking about Wall Street's requests for months. There were a lot of problems with the IPO. For example, the company had to give up strategic control. There was a chance that it would hurt institutions, and a lot of money was lost through secret VC deals. On the other hand, the ISO lets Ripple do what it wants and shares value fairly. It does all of this with its own set of technologies. It's strong and beautiful at the same time. We need to talk about numbers. Ripple is worth $100 billion, but $20 billion is being tokenized and given away for free. Going straight to the XRP group right away. This changes how you should think about XRP. Now it's more than just a way to buy things elsewhere. XRP is now a mixed asset, which means it is both a digital currency and a real object. Everything has changed right now. It's hard for analysts to figure out how to model what XRP should be worth. In this new world, a well-known digital asset fund has suggested a low floor of $500 per XRP unit after the ISO. This is based on factors like supply and demand, as well as the way partial ownership works. This move isn't just a plan, it's also a sign. For more than 10 years, people in the crypto world have been working against wealth systems that keep some people out, and middlemen who take advantage of people. Ripple was supposed to connect cryptocurrencies and banks, but it broke that link. It was a big deal for Ripple to choose an ISO over an IPO. It's not just Web3 anymore. It's now going that way. That is significant. The paper also has a history. People say that the picture of eligible wallets will happen in 10 days. It will look at the XRP ledger to see how much each token is worth and then start giving them out based on how much and how long someone has kept them. Some people get extra money if they stay for a long time. People who have paid with XRP, staked it, or used ecosystem apps might even get a reward for their good behavior on the blockchain. It's clear that this goes against what buyers have always done, which is to put money before loyalty. Think about how things can spread. The joke was meant to be funny. If Ripple can pull off this ISO, it will let a lot of people in. For every big Web3 project, even ones that are thinking about going public. To make Wall Street happy again. Why would a company that wasn't centralized before all of a sudden become centralized? People could get billions of dollars in value. Instead of paying banks billions of dollars in fees, things will never be the same again. There is Cardano, Ethereum, and Solana. Now, all big places will have to think about these kinds of steps. In a world built on tokens, ESO will soon be the only way to go public. The police are also pretty much caught off guard right now. Sources close to the SEC say they are already working hard to figure out what an ESO is. Is it a promise of safety? There are already a lot of official groups, but the ESO doesn't really fit into any of them. That's the whole point. It's ahead of the rules, not behind them. By then, it will be too late for the legal processes to catch up with how things are being given out. Those who use XRP will already own it. There will be no TV coverage of the change. It will be made. The main thought behind the ESO model is that it does more than just give awards. It changes how money works, lowers the barriers between communities and companies, levels the playing field for everyone, and gives the people who built the ecosystem a chance to share in the wealth it creates. It's not business like we know it. That is capitalism in crypto. Ripple just made it happen. What are you going to do now? First, make sure that your XRP bank can handle itself. Keep this in mind, since centralized systems are not likely to be in the snapshot. Second, let more people know. Let other people know about this because most people who own XRP still folks don't know that the IPO has been called off. Third, get your tax and legal experts ready. Because depending on where you live, getting tokenized equity might have different effects. The most important thing is to not let go. The ESO is coming. You'll also be in the right spot, in the right place at the right time. You can not only see history, but also take part in it. Ripple's ESO could be the most important bank event in blockchain history. That's the end of the IPO era and the beginning of a new era in business that puts people first. People who know about Ripple will remember it as the business that finally turned its users into owners, its token into stock, and its ecosystem into a real country of money. Thanks for seeing. It's not just news, it's a big change. You can get real-time news about the ESO rollout, snapshot dates, who can use the wallet, and everything else that's going on behind the scenes if you like and join. Send this movie to all the XRP owners you know. A new system is being built because the old one is broken. We're not locked out of it this time. We are in charge of it, not to Ben. Remember that I'm not a professional financial advisor. The information in these movies is just there to make you laugh. If someone wants to make a financial choice, I always tell them to do their research and talk to pros first. Thanks for hearing. If you liked the video, don't forget to click follow and thumbs up. Also, make sure the alerts are turned on so you know right away when I post something new. Have fun with your family and friends until we see you again.